Trigger alert, trigger alert, trigger alert. We often see that women go on all these fancy trips and go to these fancy dinners, right? We see it on social media. The majority of men always ask, who were you there with? And why are they not in the pictures? We know this because we know when women are with women, they take a picture of a bunch of women. But today's conversation is going to center around a woman being stranded in Singapore. Now, I really want you guys to pay attention to the details that she's laying out because this is where the trigger alert actually comes from. That being said, this is the Confidence and Clarity channel. My name is Bertrand. Let's get into this video and conversation. Here we go.
I am about to tell y'all something so crazy, but I am currently in Singapore stranded because I let this guy named Omar Ba Diallo fly me out for a vacation, and he thought that I was going to talk shit about him to my mom. So this man kicked me out of our hotel, threw all of my stuff outside, canceled my flight, and then left me stranded here. And I have been by myself in Singapore ever since. And I just gotta tell somebody just in case I don't make it back to the US or whatever. But
oh my gosh, what a way to start this off.
Backstory. In 2022 or 2023, I dated Omar Ba Diallo. We ended up dating. It didn't work out. Fast forward, he has been trying to reach out to me ever since. In 2026, 2 weeks ago, he hit me up and asked, can he make it up to me for what happened in 2022? I said, I'm only into iconic things. What you got? He said, I want to fly you to Singapore for a vacation. And I said, well, I can't miss work. I like my 2 jobs. So he sent me $3,500 so that I would feel comfortable with missing work. Okay. But
He sent her $3,500 so she would feel comfortable missing work at 2 jobs.
because I make good money. Fast forward. Anyway, I'm on the trip. We are all in love for the first couple of days. Everything is peachy clean. That's my man. Okay. Out of nowhere, the day before, we have a couple of mishaps, but nothing that will lead up to what I'm telling you now. Nothing, what I'm about to tell you is going to make sense. Nothing is going to add up to what I'm telling you is about to happen now. Nothing's going to correlate. So 5 in the morning, we both go to sleep. We have been cuddling all night. We had just confessed our love to each other, whatever. We wake up at 5 a.m. We both do. I wake up to clean off my makeup because I slept in it. He wake up to get some water. We both go back to the bed. I realize I want to call my mom and my friends because it's 5 p.m. in Atlanta, Georgia. He goes back to sleep. He's only been asleep for 4 minutes.
Wait a minute, but it's still 5 o'clock in the morning, which means she probably was just being put through the mattress. I know she did that, but I'm just going to assume that meant, right? That's what I'm going to assume, right? Because vacation, right? 5 o'clock in the morning, you should be going back to sleep. But
I tap him, say, hey, let me get the room key so I can go downstairs. He act like he don't hear me, but he did. He act like he don't hear me. Boom. I take the wrong room key and leave. And when I close the door, I realize I have the wrong room key. So I start calling his phone, and I realize that his phone's not ringing. It's on silent.
where do you get a wrong room key? Like, where do you get a wrong room key? Because
How we on a vacation and the night before you just talking about marriage and kids and how we gonna do this and how we gonna do that and on this and this and that.
80% of women are not marriage material.
Ooh.
They're not. They're selfish. They're self-centered.
And you want this with me, but your phone on silent. Second red flag. Okay, boom. I knock on the door.
that is not a red flag. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. He's on vacation with Bae. They just got finished. Makes sense why his phone would be on silent.
Immediately I can see in his eyes, this is a switch. Like, this is not Omar. This is, I don't know who this is, but I could just tell, I have discernment. This is not the man that he was trying to portray to me. So boom, I walk past him through the door and I'm like, what are you acting like that for? I'm like, hey babe, give me the room key so I can go downstairs. I want to call my mom and my friends. He was like, you're not going downstairs to call your mom and your friends. In fact, you're going to get back in this bed. You're going to go to bed. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Then this boy proceeds to call me. He was like, you are so f***ing dumb and slow. You lack common sense. And one thing we ain't gonna do is insult my intelligence, because you know what? I have 2 dual degrees. I have a dual degree at Clark Atlanta. I am top dog at everything that I do. Okay? I'm an Aries. I don't play. One thing we would never do is say Mariah Melrose is slow, dumb, nothing. So I go off on him. I'm like, you're pathetic. I can't really clock it, but I think you might have mental issues, and they're just now coming out on the trip. And I'm realizing you might have grown mental issues over the course of time that we have not been speaking. It's giving pathetic. I'm going to go call my mom. I'm not sure if you think I'm going to go call a man or what is going on, but I'm going down.
She's sure he thinks she's going to call a man. I think she's going to call a man because she just said that her mom, you know what? Let me let her finish. This
Stairs. I'm going to make a phone call. He's like, if you go out this room, you will not make it back in this room. So I'm like, yes, I will. No, I wasn't. I get outside, call my mom or whatever. They like, yeah, if you think he might have mental issues, you think he might be mentally ill, go upstairs, pack your bag, move your flight, and come home. I'm like, okay, cool. I go upstairs. This boy double bolted the doors. I go get concierge. They come upstairs. They like, yeah, man, we can't let you in this room because he double bolted the doors.
not the footage. She.
So they put me in a conference room because I have on lingerie and a robe. Because mind you, we were just in love the night before. So,
Which is the reason why you should not have left the room. You're in lingerie and you're leaving the room. Dumb and lack of common sense.
in a conference room, I'm weeping and sobbing because I'm just trying to figure out what would make him think that I deserve this. Nothing that occurred in the past 2-3 days amounts to this.
False.
So
I believe he might have saw something in that phone.
Heart stops because the lady comes around the corner and she goes, I hate to break it to you, ma'am, but I just tried to talk to him and he said he does not know you and proceeded to throw all your stuff out in the hallway. My expensive camera equipment, my Sony V1, my G7X that I just got as a gift from another guy I'm dating, all my new clothes, everything, my passport. That boy was withholding my passport, y'all. So I'm weeping and sobbing in the conference room because I can't even believe that this is happening to me.
Wait a minute. He wasn't holding her passport. He threw it out. He threw it out, right? He wasn't holding on to it. Now, if he was, that would be scandalous. But he threw it out with all the rest of the stuff.
I'm so distraught that the lady helps me proceed to pack my bag. She helps me book a new hotel with their sister hotel, calls me a cab. My thing is, I'm a good person, so I know that I will bounce back from this because good things always happen to me due to the fact of me being a good person. I would never do nobody like this. Yeah, I am going to let God handle it, but when I tell you God don't play about me, over me wanting to call my mom, all because I went to call my mom because you think that I'm about to throw dirt on your name or talk ill about you or have a conversation that is not around you, because I've been having all my conversations with my family and friends around him. So I'm thinking that he thinks that I'm about to talk about him or I'm about to call a man. Regardless, leave.
No. We're all thinking that. Like the majority of us who have, if your mind has any kind of logic, any kind of rationale, we're all thinking that. What is this why is this conversation so important that it needed to be had outside when she previously just said that she was having these conversations in front of him? It's 5 o'clock in the morning and he's asleep. Why would it matter now? Is it because she was talking shit? Anyway.
Leaving me like this. I'm in Singapore. It took me 24-hour flight to get here away from my friends and family. You would desert me in Singapore? So I get to the new hotel. I look at my itinerary. That man canceled my flight. And the reason why I let Omar book my flight is because I don't never, ever let a man book my flight. I always get the money first. But I have to I'm an accountability queen. I can take accountability. But she
always gets the money first? What kind of jobs does she have?
The reason why I let him book my flight is because you sent me $3,500, which showed me that you cared, that I was missing work. My flight was $3K. You damn near spent $7K for me to get here. In 2022, we were at odds. You let me borrow your car. I wasn't on your insurance or anything. I could have ran your car into the river. I didn't do none of that. You trusted me that I had your car for weeks when I got into a car accident before I got my dream car. But anyway, it's the fact that you had shown me so much trust, that you care about my well-being, that I would never think that you would do this to me. You're the one who brought me here because you said that you want to show me that you're the man for me. You want to date me. You want to make it up to me. You want to see where things go. You talking to me about kids and family, and you would leave me stranded in another foreign country. And I promise y'all, like, I have never been more brokenhearted than I am right now. Like, I think this is the worst a man has ever done me. And I think what really, 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 like, sends me over the edge, he told me some of his deepest, darkest secrets. He basically told me that when he was 9, he lived in West Africa, and that his parents smuggled him into the United States, and they paid somebody to steal an American person's name, so he has an American person's identity, their social, and their
Really quick, can y'all see why this man left her? Because, like, you're gonna tell his deepest, darkest secret. Listen, look, and I understand that she's left in Singapore, but like she said, out of nowhere, things just went left. I think she's leaving a lot out, a lot.
everything. He's not a real citizen, so he's been living under a fake name. His real name is Omar Ba, but he's under Omar Ba Diallo. So
How long has she known this? Because then that would make me ask, what kind of job does he have, and how is he making his money?
you are basically smuggled into the US. So you know what it feels like to be abandoned by your parents. You know what it feels like to go through what you're going through. You know what it feels like to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what it feels like to be in a foreign country and you not have nothing or whatever. So the fact that you would leave me stranded on foreign land, my heart is so broken. Like, I can't even believe this is happening to me right now. I have been by myself on this trip ever since. Thank God I called my ex-boyfriend and he booked me another flight home. Thank God I called another guy that I was dating and he paid for my room for the rest of the week. And thank God I am loved back where I am at, because the fact that Omar would do this to me, knowing that he's all I have in Singapore, literally, like, you all I have.
Enough. Did we just hear what this? Did y'all hear what this woman just said? She literally said an ex paid for her flight and another man paid for her room for an entire week. What type of job does this woman have where she has these type of boyfriends or ex-boyfriends that she could call up and that they would actually help and take care of her? Most exes are not on good terms, especially not good enough terms where you could say you're in a completely different country stranded. Now listen, if these are clients or sugar daddies, then this makes all the sense in the world as to how and why those men would do that. But really quick, this woman also said that she received $3,500 from this man, plus she has 2 really good paying jobs. So where is all the money? Like, why is she stranded? She should have plenty of money because she has 2 good jobs. And I think she mentioned that the flight was $3,000, which would have left her $500. So why did she need to call those other men? In fact, why was that call to her mom so important when she was on a vacation and she just got put through a mattress? Why was that so important to her? I'm asking because he said that she was dumb and lacked common sense. And that's what I saw throughout this entire video. Like, throughout her story, I'm listening to it and I said, you know what? To be fair, let me be fair really, really quick. There are some people who are mentally disturbed or mentally disabled. So we're not gonna gloss over that like that's not something to pay attention to, because it is. But why would you put yourself in that type of situation? Why would you act entitled when you are 24 hours away from home? Meaning, if you traveled any other way outside of flying, it would take you a very long time to get back home. So why would you put that type of responsibility on somebody? Why would you give somebody that type of power and then find a lot of ways to disrespect them? Now, what she may not have noticed or conveniently left out is that this man saw her on the phone with other men, right? I mean, because she immediately called other men, right, to let them know what was going on with her, right? And those men actually stepped up and helped. Now, to me, that's crazy. But what's also crazy is she asked, why was his phone on silent? That's simple. He's on vacation with Bay. They just got finished. And it's 5 a.m. in the morning, which means you should be tired. You should be sleepy. You washed your makeup off. Why are you going downstairs? Why are you going outside of the room in lingerie? Why are you doing that? Like, I get it, you're on vacation, but this man just told you, if you leave this room, you're not getting back in here. And this was after he felt like she was talking about him. Now, when she says shit, doesn't sound positive, or does it? Like, could he have like misinterpreted how he would be described to her mom? Or was she actually talking to someone else while this was going on? To me, there's so many gaps in this woman's story that what my mind keeps going back to is dumb and lacks common sense. Furthermore, I could see this man really believing and saying what he was saying. Oh, I'm gonna marry you. I'm the man for you. We gonna get married. We gonna have kids. We gonna live it up. I need you to see that I'm the man. You see what I did? Look at what I did. We flew. It took us 24 hours to get here. Don't you like this? Isn't this great? And how did she repay him? By talking, by telling him what she was going to do, instead of making sure that this was a pleasurable vacation, a pleasurable vacation for the both of them. This man went out of his way, spent a lot of money, and this woman decided that a phone call to her mother was way more important than getting some sleep. Now, she claims she woke up to wash her face. Why wouldn't she get back in the bed? He even told her to get her ass back in the bed. She decided not to do that. Ladies, is there any logical reason? Is there any reason why you would do this? Because I'm interested in knowing. Like, I'm fully interested in knowing why she would think that this is acceptable. And I'm only asking the women because I know the women get on here, and I know that women go through a lot dealing with different men. This is why men always talk about body count, because it's not just the body count, it's the trauma, it's the damage that actually comes along with it. Furthermore, when we see women on social media and they posting pictures and we get to see, oh man, she been on this vacation and she been here and she done this, and oh my gosh, look at this expensive dinner, right? We looking at that and we saying, you need to go back to this man. I don't know what you did to mess this up, but you need to go back to him, because everybody can't do this. Everybody cannot afford what I'm looking at. And you have story after story after story after story. Where are these men? Right? And why are you still dating? Why are you not married? Now, what I learned from this video is there are some women who really lack common sense. There are some women who are so entitled that they don't understand when to turn that off. Meaning, how can she even be a good companion, partner, spouse, whatever people like to say these days? How can she be a good spouse if she can never turn off the entitlement? Part of being somebody's companion is understanding when they need you to be their companion, not to be somebody that thinks that they're higher than the person that actually brought you on this trip that you wouldn't have been able to afford yourself. The only reason I'm saying it like that is because she got 2 jobs and she was given $3,500, which means she was not stranded. She could have just used the money that she received or the money that she made from 2 jobs, because she has 2 degrees, right? She could have used she could have used a combination of all of that money to get back home, but yet she's stranded. Now, I don't know, but I'm looking at her in that video and saying, she's kind of fit. She's kind of fit. What type of work does she actually do? And how is she stranded? This makes no sense to me. Hopefully you guys have some sort of answer, because I am definitely looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Make sure you leave a comment, hype the video, like the video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more confidence and clarity. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.